Tapas, culture, palaces, the best coffee in the entire city, and a few ice cold beer waris. This is 24 hours in Madrid, baby. Let's get cooking. Hola amigos, your boy is back. Welcome to another Gaz Right video. This time we're in the capital of Spain. We had a little excursion a few weeks ago to Ibiza, but for anyone who's been there, you just can't be vlogging that because that is just illegal activity straight into MP4 file format, and it's going to come back to bite you at some point. But we're in the capital, highest capital city in Europe, has the largest palace, 3,400 bloody rooms, and rumour on the circuit is the name comes from an Arabic word called Magaret, definitely pronounced that wrong, which means city of abundant water, and that's just why. It's just naughty vegetation, parks. It's a ruthless city. Been here once before, back visiting the boy, the crab. Went out this morning. This is why we earn our beers, we earn our food. Did 17k, even with a little ankle injury, 4 minutes 36 average kilometres. So yeah, putting in the old miles. High Rock's coming up in a few weeks, but today exploring on my own, a little coffee action, a little tapas action. Let's go into some of the flair parks, maybe a few cervezas in the bones, and then yeah, we'll be sending it with crab once he's finished work. I've been to this gap this morning. I'll overlay the name now, Shayukan, something like that. Go to Spain, go to a Japanese coffee shop, but for me, Japan, best food in the world. It's got to be top 3, but this elite level coffee. But yeah, we're just gonna be bouncing around for the day. Questions in the comments. I would say hit the subscribe button, but there's absolutely no targets nowadays. It's a channel purely for the vibes. Absolute power in a cup. Haven't eaten in 24 hours, so we'll be getting the shakes off to the markets. Oh baby, let's get after it. Oh baby, stop number 2, Plaza Mayor. Came here via the New Balance shop because your boy, if it'll go that low, needed some new wheels. Absolute sensational bit of kit. But yeah, walking around in the old heart of the old town, it's just naughty stuff. Architecture, this is a bit of your vibe. Just seen at the top, there's people in like the little rooms. If you want a nice little Airbnb overlooking here, silly atmosphere in the old evening. Lovely spot for a little cerveza, getting that in the bones. Of course, you got some chaps playing the old guitar. Naughty little bit of artwork from your boy over here. But yeah, in the old heart of the old town, built in the 17th century under King Philip III. I think this was pretty mad. I've done a little bit of research, a little bit of recon, so you don't have to. The statue in the middle, it was sealed for centuries, and basically the horse's mouth used to be facing upwards, and it was open. And yeah, when they unsealed it, looking what's inside, it's just an absolute shed load of dead pigeons who've gone in there and couldn't get out. Outrageous bit of kit, but yeah, lovely little spot this, little Aperol spritz, little cerveza in the bones. We're in October and it's 28 degrees. We all know why the crab moved here. Unreal scenes. Definitely earned some food. Get in there, in the system very shortly. Whew. Culture in the bones. People will tell you online it's a tourist trap. I'm the first person to call out we're in San Miguel Markets. You cannot swing a cat round in here. It is Sergio Ramos. Shout out to the boy, of course. An ice cold cerveza going in the bones, first of many this weekend. Power, elite bit of kit. So there's about 1 million different places you can eat, drink, get in the old mix around here. The key tip for me, do a little lap. survey what's on the menu. We're talking oysters, we're talking tapas, we're talking if you want a little Japanese number, bio bonds, Aperol spritz, ice cold cervezas. Do a lap, pick what you want. There's too many options. One good thing about solo vlogging today is you're on your own schedule. You want to stop, you stop. You want to go somewhere, you go somewhere. What it's not good for is trying to make a decision on food, because there's too many good options. Hopefully we can see this now. We'll try and get a little close up for the boys. Went for a little tapas number. We've got the cod with a little bit of caviar, Sicilian lemon on the cod. Gone for a little tuna number here as well. Let's see what they're saying. One sip of the schooner. Ooh, baby. But yeah, I'm the first person to call that a tourist trap. I'm getting absolute pelters from it in a lot of different countries, but this place is top draw. Definitely get it on the list. Cod, Sicilian lemon, exactly what it says on the tin. With a little tuna number next. Camera won't focus. You're just going to have to believe me if it's good or bad. That's not tuna, that's salmon. No idea what I'm talking about. We're not going to go for them all. Elite bit of kit, get it on the list. It's just an absolute vibe. £6.50 for a little beer wari, right in the centre, right in the mixer, and it was £5.50 for 4 different, we're going to call that tapas? Pintos? Whatever the two, pintos and pintos. Cheers now. What a vibe. Food and beer wari digesting, just getting a little bit of the old culture in the bones. As I mentioned earlier, largest royal palace in the whole of Europe, 3,400 rooms. That is some serious bloody going. But I said it in the last vlog in Madrid, and I'll say it again now. Nothing beats, of course, Buckingham Palace. Maybe it does nowadays. But yeah, elite level gaff. One of the many good things about Madrid. For me, it is obviously international, lots of tourists, but it's not like when you're rocking around in Barcelona, and it's just absolutely swimming with English, American, same thing. Voices, I think for me, if you want a little bit more Spain, I think Madrid is a bit obviously different to Barcelona on that front. We've got some blokes playing some absolutely ruthless tunes, the harp, the violin, just serenading, looking at the old palace. And let me just drop this, me and Krabby this morning, this is where we ran over the edge of here. I've been over here before, and I tell you what, I'll be back here again. The views are just absolutely ruthless. One of the greenest capital cities I've ever been to. There's like a little river that kind of like runs all the way through here, where me and the Crab were running this morning. Silly scenes. One of the nice things actually about Madrid, which I didn't even realise, is that in the morning it's actually a little bit chilly, to be honest, and now it's not chilly at all. It is 28 degrees, which is toasty, factor 30 on for the boy, but you've got one complaint, one thing I have with the Spanish, no, I'm joking, but their spatial awareness, 0 out of 10. You're in the markets, as I said, it's pretty bloody busy. Do you know what I mean? I need a little bit of Sergio Busquets. I need a little bit of Xavi, just assessing the shoulders, looking where the blind spots are. It's like one-way traffic, one on the left, one-way traffic on the right, or right and left, whichever way you want to go. Both on the right. We're in Europe. And people are just stopping, and you just can't really do that in there. So if you are Spanish and watching this, spatial awareness, just a joke. Just a joke, but yeah. The beer waris are calling, maybe a little bit more food. Probably about 28 grams of protein. About 600 calories in the last 24 hours, and for anyone that knows anything about nutrition, words to the boy Sam Gerling, is that you need calories to fuel the body, and after absolutely battering that run this morning, that's just not what you need. You do have some pretty windy blokes dressed like this, don't know if you can see that. Absolute carnage, but yeah, fuel to the fire, the beers keep it flowing, but yeah, for me, Madrid. I thought it was class last time when we came here, but now having a little mooch on your own, just taking it in a little bit more, I think it's pretty top draw. You can see why crowd moved here. Yeah, lovely. October, silly weather, culture, beers, good prices, good energy, good vibes. See where the day takes us, baby. Coffee, culture, little narwhal in the old markets, a little bit more of the palace action. What time it is again, rinse and repeat. It's like a Scooby-Doo movie. Chicken, vol au vent, cheesecake. Does anyone get that in the old comments? We're in Calle Cavabaja, which is basically a 300 metre street, 50 metre street with 300 different little eateries, narbreries, tapas joints. And we are frequenting La Canta. Looks absolutely top drawer from the outside. There's so many different options. Just go off vibe. For me, the key things to avoid are pictures of the food on the menu, and if you have an English menu, always go, whatever country you're in, it will serve you well if you always go for the place where it's just the local food. Local food, I'm talking absolute dribble at the minute, I'm talking local language. We've gone for, of course, Estrella Galicia. There's only one beer wari that ups the old Estrella, and it is Estrella Galicia. Look at the vessel as well that we're dealing with. That's elite level booze in that. It's absolute power in a cup. I'll overlay a little look at the food now, what we're dealing with. We have a little meatball number, a couple of the old fries in there, little croquettes, jamon croquettes, one or two, that could be French, who knows, and I'm not even sure what I even ordered. As the last one, it's like a little potato number with ham on, but a little close up on the fella. Oh, and the old camera's decided to focus and sip the schooner. That is banging. Meatballs, solid to start with, really solid. Ham on croquettes, we're going to focus. Oh baby, look like a nice mix of cheese in there, nice little crust on the outside. Ref, unbelievable. I was going to double down on those, but I've learnt my lesson. Don't overpower on the food. Watch on the old camera, never ends well. And then this little fella, I don't even know what it is. And if you're thinking, Gaz, how is your Spanish? You spent 5 months in South America and do a lot of trips to Spain. I just said, hablas inglés, saying, do you speak English? And the lady thought I was ordering a bottle of water. Sin gas, con gas? Can't remember. Either way, we don't want any water. Not today, baby. Whoa. All banging. This fella, the thickest piece of ham, and it's got those nice like, roasted potatoes on the top, potatoes, roasted peppers, you get in like a jar, silly flavours. It's getting a straight out of 10. Might even get a 9 out of 10 with the old beer wari. One sip of the schooner. What an absolute vibe Madrid is. Cheers now. Different gravy. Woo. The day has absolutely flown by. Nearly 4:30. Just eating, drinking in the culture, drinking in the old beer waris. But yeah, Madrid, just serious vibe. Do you know what I mean? Silly streets, lovely architecture, good buzz about the city. Estrella Galicia on draft. There's not much more that you can ask for in life. I had so much more on the itinerary. I had like a nice little gallery to go to, pretend we've got a little bit of culture, and then I was going to go to a little rooftop bar. I'll overlay the name now. If you want to go to 2 places I'm going to recommend that I've been to before, I think it's got like Circa Loco. Maybe that's the night in DC10, who knows. Anyway, I'll overlay it now. Silly rooftop bar on this top of this like arts club. Gorgeous views, went there a couple of years ago when I came out here. And the other place, this would be my #1 recommendation for Madrid. I'll probably go there tomorrow with Crab, but I'm not probably gonna fire up a little vlog. But it's called El Retiro Park, but that is not the recommendation. That is silly, going around, getting a little boat on the lake, do you know what I mean, whispering a few sweet nothings to the significant other. But what you want to do in the park is go to a place called Florida Park. It's a little bar and it's just absolutely outrageous vibes. Myself, the general, the crab, we were in there from open to close, just absolutely pulling strings, having our way with the place. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. But yeah, it's just a good vibe. Like, do you know what I mean? We're just coming to the back end of summer. October, is that the back end of summer? It is in Madrid. 28 of the old degrees, flying into the bones. I'm gonna go get a few beer warriors with the crab. He reckons he's going to go out and do 29k tomorrow, but my ankle after today, I don't want to push my luck too much. But yeah, anything else to note? I think I'm going to go chill down by the river, a few beers. I'll be back dropping wisdom. But yeah, if you want to come to a top draw little capital city, for me, can we give it a 10 out of 10? We'll be back. We will be back, but it is bloody good. Food, vibes, beer warriors. Messi, Suarez, Neymar, you tell me, what's the best trio? General, gas, crab. It's just a little bit too easy, isn't it, round here? Woo! There you go.
With Disney, for example, I am not the one who knows. I know that they have
There's toilets, sticking my brain, sticking my shower.
And it is the morning after. The boys, couple beer warriors in the system, down by the river. Met a couple of the old crabs mates last night, and yeah, just sunk a few of the old canyons. Is it? It's kind of like not a half pint, not a full pint. They go bloody quickly. Estrella Glacier, said it yesterday, say it again. Elite bit of kit. Just went for a gorgeous little brunch. Muar speciality coffee. Certainly could be. We'll whack the name on the screen, of course. Little coffee, iced coffee number, which was delightful. Not as good as the iced coffee I had in Gales a few weeks ago. For me, could be up there, top 3. Gales coffee, hell of a woman, hell of a woman. And yeah, went for the little gouge and ham panini, which it looked very average. However, it was absolutely sensational. And yeah, the salmon number, salmon, cream cheese, avocado, does what it says on the tin. Absolutely gets the job done. Prices in Madrid are pretty bloody good, to be fair. Like, if you compare it to like the UK, and I think the quality of food and just general lifestyle here is insane. Start of October, I was gonna say mid-October then. Insane weather, good buzz about the place. I just think that standard of life and quality of life when you're in like Madrid, most Spanish cities to be fair, or Italy, I just think the day-to-day is so much better. And you know what I mean, so many more places to explore. But thought we're going to be sinking a few more cervezas a little bit later, so we need to get some goodness in the system. It won't even do it justice. This is the biggest pink lady in the bloody world. Went for a few of the old blueberries, a few of the old blackberries. O'Driscoll gets about the gaff, and a little fresh orange number. We'll give this a little taste test for the boys, of course. Better be absolutely top draw. Vitamin C numbers through the absolute roof. However, there is only one thing on this planet that can make this morning a little bit better. Listen to this sound. Little can of the old Batwaris in the system. Gone down since 1 a week now, or 1 or 2 a weekend. Just a little weekend job and a little treat. Let me know in the comments, does the Lando Norris beat the little white one? Serious flavours that, serious flavours. But yeah, the boys are going to be out. We've got 4 football matches back to back, you know what I mean? If Carlsberg did Sundays in Madrid, it'd look something like that. Sun, beer warriors, and me and the crab just absolutely running the show. Anything of note, any good beer spots, I'll be back to let you know. Cheers now. "24 hours in Madrid" has quickly divulged into just absolute carnage, beer in the bones, and you've got a full weekend vlog. For me, that's the perfect amount of time to fire up in Madrid. You might be thinking, with the old vitamin D battering into the old bones, we're not still in Madrid. Gone to edit the video a week later, didn't film an outro, too busy. So I mean, just floating about with the crab. But yeah, nice long weekend I think is perfect. Madrid, 9 out of 10 for me. Been there twice. I think it was better the second time. Explored different areas of the city. Hottest time of year is, of course, July, August. Silly temperatures. Perfect for me. End of September, October, 30 degrees every day. I did check the temperature a week later, and it does drop fairly quickly. It's like 25 now. And then in a couple more weeks, I think, yeah, you're down to like about 20. So I think, yeah, mid-October would probably be the end of that. Chatting to the crab, obviously our local guide of the area, and he was saying like, usually like August is like the quieter time. Everyone who lives in the city goes to the coast because it is so bloody hot. But when last time we went, we were there, and the La Latina's street party, all in like La Latina, the area, kind of where we went for the tapas on the first day, was absolutely pumping. So yeah, would highly advise just getting amongst it from May to October time. But yeah, less of the old vlog Madrid, more of just some philosophy with G-dubs. I think in life it's so easy to get in a routine, and routine's good. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to go to the gym, you're trying to lose weight, you're just trying to get into a good little mental space. If you're trying to save money, all those good things, crack on with business. Do you know what I mean? Routine is good, but also routine is bad for life. You want to experience new things, you want to get to new places, try different food, try some different ice cold cervezas. And do you know what I mean? We're all about that on this channel. If it's your first time watching, did a little bit of traveling over the last few years, but for me, it's not just about going to different places, it's about doing different things every single day or every single week in your life. I think mixing it up with new experiences, new adventures is good for the old mental fortitude. So plenty in the old diary. Going to Valencia next week. Seeing the crab actually again, back to back, or back, nearly to back, a weekend in between. A couple beers, a little bit of beach action, and could be competing in my first high rocks, which I've definitely not done enough training for. So yeah, if you want to see me get put through my paces and be in the absolute depths, yeah, be tuning in for that. And yeah, a few more European plans towards the old end of the year. As always, questions in the comments. 5K up next, baby. Let's get cooking.